Evening all, and welcome to episode 65, I believe, of Season 8 of Factory Town, where we left last episode with this system here that wasn't working, and I've got it working. And I have a train here because I'm testing something else, but I've got it working. And you can see here, it's simple. It was so simple, I couldn't actually believe it. Before, we were using the none item, and if a single carriage had no goods in it, it would go, hey, that's true, let's go down here. And that's not what we wanted, because the other carriages could have goods in, and then it would go. If I tell it to exclude item crates, so I right click on this, I go exclude item crate. That means if a single item crate is detected on the whole train, it will go false and let the train go. If there isn't, it will go true and let the train come this way. So I can quickly test that if I build another train. Set this to mining. Boom, 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 boom. We'll add a box cart to it, and now this is empty. We'll go along here, and then boom, that gets pushed down here. Awesome, 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 and that works. And if it does have something in there like this, this is an iron ore train. This should be tagged to mining. Oh, no, not with enter, just tag to mining. There we go. But don't take that off the track. I don't want that to go anywhere. And this train will carry on because he's got, even though he's got empty carriage, he's got 6 in there, 50 in there. Because he has a single item crate, he goes on. Now, I was trying to figure out whether this was applicable for non-packaged goods, whether there's a way to do it for people that may not be using packages the way I am here. And I was trying it with the hopcars here. There is an option here that says packable item, which you can go exclude as well. But if you add 2 of them, so I say exclude both of them, then it doesn't trigger anymore. It just lets things go on because it's ignoring. I think the problem here is that the packable item, it's picking up water, because water is a packable item. So I really wish this could be changed to something that's not packable, and that would make that work. I don't know. Or if it would ignore the train. Because I believe we do this. And yes, this kind of works. We'll take this with mining. And then say go. This will drive on its own. And we'll turn down here because it's empty and has the mining tag. So it's picking up the goods that are in here and going, hey, water is packable, so that's false. So off you go. So it's not doable for standard items. It only works if you were using pack item crate. Right. You could come up here and filter it for certain things. You could say, hey, no coal, no, and you could tick all of these if you want to and go, hey, if you've got any of these in here, and then just ignore water and fuel, then that would be doable. But it would be a lot of effort, and can't guarantee it would work all the time. And well, it would work all the time, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, but it does work for us here because we're using pack crates. So I can just say, hey, if you don't have any item crates and you match any of these tags, which can be set by the commas, away you go. Away you go. And this train will do the same here. If I change this to processing, and then put this train on here, this will trigger because this doesn't have any item crates in it. And there it goes. It comes down here. And that'll work. And there's our problem sorted. Absolutely, perfectly sorted. All I need to do is put the rest of the track in. I still need to figure out these on the side here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm kind of thinking I might tag the trains. I mean, this is cooked chicken, cooked fish, and cooked beef. That is all in processing. That's all in processing. So that's been all picked up from this one here. So this is a processing tag. So I could just tag this train with processing. It's currently the industry one because obviously it's going up here for industry. But I could tag this as processing, and delivery. And then we tag this as delivery. Now that means that every train with a delivery tag is going to come up here. We've only got one right now, but obviously we would change every other one. We've got the industry one, we're going to have one here, which is going to be the same, it's going to have 3 on there, so this will become a delivery train as well. So they will go up to here. But what I'm thinking of doing is changing the train, put 4 carriages on it, and just go, you are a cooked fish train, you are a cooked chicken train, you are a cooked beef train. Go down that route. I think that would be better. And then it does mean that obviously, you know, the first train that leaves here is going to get the priority on the food. But it will back up, it will eventually fill up these, and then move on to the next one, and then move on to the next one, and move on to the next one. And it might take a little while to get round to all of them, but I feel that would work. And also with this return rail, we're going to be halving potentially our time to get around the track. So, you know, if it drops off here and empties out, the train will go straight back, fill up, and come out again. So I feel like that's the best option for it, to have dedicated trains for each thing, for each goods. And then we just go, well, hey, you are a delivery train because you are delivering to the markets to be sold. And that way we could have a book train that goes around delivering, and another book train that doesn't go around delivering and goes elsewhere. There's no way to exclude a filter that I know of, or a tag. So here we have a book train, but there's no way to exclude a tag on this, if that makes sense. You know, so when the delivery train comes here, he's going to come down here and fill this one up as well. And there's no way I can say, hey, don't come down here. It's kind of awkward. There's no way to exclude a tag to go, hey, don't do delivery. Maybe it's minuses work. I don't know if they do. They probably don't. You require herbs. Let's try this. Let's just try this. Let's try minus delivery. I don't think that's going to work. I think that's just going to look for a tag that is tagged as minus delivery. I don't think it does that sort of thing. So yeah, see, the herb train went straight through. So that won't work for us. Don't work for us. We don't want any tags in there at all. So I don't really know how to get around that. We could create a custom item for a custom filter, and then filter the train with a custom filter and just have it as tagged as delivery. And then over here we could go, hey, you are books, and you will exclude whatever. But then we want to filter the trains anyway for stuff, don't we? So this is going to become a cooked chicken train, so that wouldn't work. Although you can tag, you can filter a train with multiple things. So, and by custom item I mean you've got a few items in here that are never going to end up back on the system, if that makes sense. Really, it's going to be depleted mana. I think depleted mana's, we're never going to take depleted mana and use it somewhere else. I'm going to recharge it on site. That's the idea with it. So we could tag any of the trains with these. For instance, we could go, hey, you are a depleted mana train, and let's. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do this. Let's actually do this, shall we? And I can explain it that way. So let me grab this train. I'm going to come back here because is that one chicken? That's the chicken. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to put the train there. Then we'll grab this one and put it there. Then I'm going to go find the other ones because they should all be stopped by now. Yep, you're the 3-1. Yep, you're the 3-1. The other train we'll deal with in a minute because that goes elsewhere. Put that there. We should have a 4th one as well because we have 4 town centres, which should be the food one. Should have been caught by now. Yes, it has. Grab that one. Bring that back here. Dooby doop 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 doop. There we go. Okay. So all of these want to be tagged with processing and delivery. I don't think you can copy tags. No, you cannot. Okay, so I mean, I can physically copy the tag and come in here and post it. Paste it, sorry, not post it. Paste it that way. Boom. So we're now changing the tag system to be the pickup. So the tag is the pickup. So it picks up from processing. The delivery tag is a bonus tag. We don't actually need that tag technically if we're going to use the item filter system. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play a bit of jumpiness with this. So we want to take off that one, that one, that one, that one, take off this one, and take off these. Doop and doop. So yeah, so if I actually don't tag these with delivery, we don't need to tag them with delivery. Just you are all processing trains. So they are just tagged with the pickup location where they're going to go and pick up goods. And dropping off is all dealt with without tags. It's just dealt with by filters. So you are going to become our cookfish train. Oh, I can't put it there. Didn't think I could. I need to bring this forward a bit. Not enough space. Not enough space. So you are our cookfish train. So let's tag you with cookfish. Okay, cookfish. There we go. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to come down, hold shift, and I'm going to tag it with depleted mana, which is an item I know is never going to end up on a rail because, as I said, we're going to recharge mana when we get there in situ. It's going to all be recharged in place. We're not going to have trains taking the mana out, have it recharged somewhere else. It's all done in place. So I'm going to tag it with both of them. So if it matches cookfish, it will come down the cookfish aisle, and then it will pick up cookfish. And if it hits depleted mana, it will do the same. It will pick up that and go off some. So that's fine. So what we can do with that is, and this doesn't really apply to this train because it's going to be for the book train, but I can show you it anyway. Let's do the same with these before I forget what we're doing here. Boom, boom, boom. And if you ever need to add a carriage to a train, just click on the locomotive. You can click anywhere on it and it will add to the back, but I always find clicking the locomotive when you're moving it attaches it automatically. This one's not required right now, but we'll just leave him there. That's fine. So your fish, you're going to be whatever you've got in you. So cooked beef and then cooked beef. So we come up here and we're going to go cooked beef and then come down again and tag. Remember holding shift to add both tags at once. And you are chicken, hold shift, depleted mana. There, boom. And then we can put you on the line here. Actually, I'm going to put you back on the rail there. We're going to test it with one. So this should still work. This is processing. It should still work. So it's going to come along here. And it's going to go, hey, I can come down here because I match the tag of cooked chicken or cooked fish. There we go. Boom. I pick up cooked fish. I fill up and away I go. Okay. So now we need to get him going up here. Well, that's easy. We will just tag this one instead of tagging it with a tag, because we don't need to tag it with that anymore because it's just a sorter going off up here. It's a sorter going to a delivery system. It's not actually a sorter that's required for anything to redirect the train. It is redirecting the train. It doesn't need to be tagged. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't need to be tagged. But we can tag it with depleted mana. So we know that the train will come along. Let's help it along its way. So it will come along, it will drive along here. We'll get here, and then it will go, hey, I'm depleted mana, I'll go up here. Got cooked fish, and it's tagged depleted mana, so it will go up, it will drop off its depleted mana, it will come back, and it will join the system, and because it's got stuff in it, it will carry on along. This needs to be changed to being right click, exclude item crates. You see, this train got pushed back. The mining train got pushed back because it's got well, it's completely empty. So that's okay. That's fine. So that'll work. That'll work there. That'll do its thing. Train will go up, drop off its fish, come back down again, come here, we'll still have items in it, so it will carry on. Then it will come along to this one, and then we'll do the same here. We'll tag this one with depleted mana. We'll filter it to a depleted mana, and we'll tag it with nothing. And depleted mana basically means this is a delivery slot. So this is just a symbol representing delivery. That's it. Yes, I could do it with cooked chicken if I wanted to, but I don't want a book train to go up here. This is what I'm getting at here. So books are the only ones right now that we're redelivering to multiple places, or will be. Right now we're not. We are doing pickaxes and things as well with Force Plate, so could use one of them, but I had the fish train in as an example. Okay, so you'll come down here, you'll drive along here, you'll go up this one here because this is tagged as well. Let's make sure it does its job here. This will work fine, I know it will. Boom, up it goes, it'll go up, it'll drop off, pick up, drop off its fish there, come back down again, we'll carry on because it will still have items in it, blah blah blah. Drive up here, we'll do exactly the same here as well. I would have to filter this to be in no longer knowledge. This is going to be filtered to be in depleted mana. So here I'm going to use the example using these stations I've got set here. So what if we wanted cooked fish to be dropped off here? For whatever reason, say it's used in something up here. So we'll filter this with cooked fish. Cooked fish. And we'll turn it on. And we'll turn it on. There we go. So this train will come along, and because it recognises it's a cooked fish, it will go up here. And it'll go, hey, I can drop off cooked fish up here. But we don't want that because you're a delivery train. Now we can get around that by going into the item filters, coming down here, and if we hold shift, right click on depleted mana and go exclude, that means if it has depleted mana, it will go no. It will go no. So we can come here again. Off you go. And boom, there you go. It didn't go up that one because that one is excluding depleted mana. So if a train has depleted mana tag, don't come up here. Don't do that. So it goes up and it goes to the next one, and then we'll carry on going around its loop and do whatever it wants to do. So we can use that to have a dedicated train coming along here with books. We filter the train with books. The train comes along here, it hits this one here and goes, hey, I've got books. We want to drop off books here for being used in our research production. But I also will eventually want to have books up here being delivered because we want to sell books as well. We want to sell books because they are general research points. That's what we're going to do. So I can say, hey, you are books here, but we're going to add another item filter. Oh, we're going to add another item filter here. Right click and go exclude depleted mana, which means that the delivery train that is selling books for our research won't drop off here, but the train that is dedicated to drop off here will drop off and then come back on the line and carry on its journey, but it won't go up the ones to sell because it doesn't have the depleted mana symbol. So it won't sell its goods, it will just drive around and will only be to drop off books in this area here. And wherever else if books are required, and I think they're required in magic stuff as well, so it will do both of them. So using the tags and using the depleted mana tag or depleted mana filter as our custom filter, as it would be, we can get away with allowing certain trains to go some places and stopping trains to go in other ways just by adding tags to it. You can create custom items in the game. I think I have a video on that, if I remember. And you can just create a custom item with a custom name. In fact, let me show you. Let me show you right now. Hold on, let's go. We go right. So we go press escape, go into editor, go into. I want to say edit rules. Yes, edit rules. Go to items here, and if you scroll all the way down the bottom, there is a plus symbol. You can add a plus symbol. Custom item. We'll click on this custom item. Boom. Give it a name. Let's call this delivery. Okay. It is on. It is enabled. We don't have an image for it. You can add an image to it if you want to. You don't have to. Satisfaction category. All these are for items that are being sold. We don't want that. This is just purely a blank item for us to use as delivery one. So tick that. Boom. There you go. We've now added a custom item to the game called delivery. So instead of using the mana one, we could come here. I could scroll down to it. Shift click it again to remove it, but keep the other filters. And then if we scroll down, you'll see here there's a blank item. It ends up before all the multi-item things and the categories. Ends up right here, called delivery. So we could right click this, holding shift, click exclude, and now we have delivery excluded. So boom, it's just a white box because we didn't give it an image. But we have delivery being excluded. And then we could tag this with delivery and tag all these with delivery, our own custom item. And there you go. You've got your own custom item instead of using one of the built-in ones of the game. If you was using depleted mana for doing something, you can add your own custom item. You could create a processing one, a knowledge one, an industry one to make trains go if you want to. I have done it in the past where I've had basic colours, you know, like red, green, blue, red, green, blue, yellow, and then tag the trains with red, green, blue, yellow. I've also had the points of the compass, north, south, east, west, and then north, east, northwest, so on and so forth. So that trains could know which line they should go on. Would they go on the north line? Would they go on the south line? And you can customise the items with that. See my grand station playthrough for the north, east, south thing. That was a very simple way of doing it. But right now we don't need that. We don't need a custom item here. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to turn that off there. And then just go back into the editor. Edit rules, items. Scroll down to the bottom because it would always be at the bottom. Right click on it and just go reset and it gets rid of it. If you right click on an item that isn't in the game, if you modify any items, you can right click and go reset, and it reset them back to defaults. If the item's not in the game by default, when you reset it, it deletes it. So there we go. Okay. Then we want to obviously tag this again with no depleted. So that's only required for stops that we know we're going to have multiple uses for them. Like if items we're going to sell. If you're selling an item, then that's probably the best way to do it. Just exclude it from delivery drop-off. But you could also not do that. So you could have your delivery drop, your selling trains also dropping off in these. That would still work. And then have another dedicated train doing whatever. But yeah, I think this is probably the best way I can think of doing it within the confines of the system we have. So, with that being said, let's put all these on the track. There we go. We have a spare train here that's just doing nothing right now. But these ones will deliver the food. They will go up here, set and come back, and then if they're empty, they will come down here and away they go. So we need to finish this rail off along here, which does involve me actually cutting through some gold, which is fine. I'm not really fussed about losing the items. Yeah. Right, so that's the case. Let me go into grid mode. Click down here for overhead view. Grid mode just means that WSD stick to the grid. They stay dead straight. They don't have an angle to them at all. So I can click remove resource, click and hold here, and press A, and just drag a line all the way through. And I know that's exactly where the train's going to be. And I don't have to worry about it doing anything daft or wacko. And then just drag the track through. And there we go. Awesome. Then we do the same here. So 1, 2, 3 there. Boom. Same thing. And just drag the rail down to there. And I think most of this is clear. Oh, this is a drawback. If you're holding shift when you're moving it at high speed, sometimes it misses items to remove. Holding shift and using the WSD keys actually speeds up the game, speeds up movement. You see that shift. This is normal. That shift. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. But because it skips over at a higher speed, it can cause you to miss items when you're doing things. Doesn't seem to do it when placing items, I've noticed. Only does it when removing them. Maybe because placing items is a different thing altogether. It's not exactly you don't drag items, although I've never tried it. Not normally you click and hold to drag and it has a start point, has a finish point, and does its thing. So that's probably why it doesn't have any effect there. So okay, so we can come back here and we know this is the hole here because we made the hole, so we know exactly where the rail has to go. We can drag it out, but this is probably why it doesn't miss items, because you're actually dragging an amount and it puts the whole lot in one go. Now we have no rails left. That's fine. That's fine. we can build more rails as we go, because we will get more rails because we're trading for them. So, okay. So what I want to do is build this everywhere. Everywhere we have a connection. So let's come up here. There's going to be one here. I need to unpause the game for this because I need more rails. So let's unpause the game and let's get some rails coming in. He says, hopefully. Oh, wow, you need more workers. Sell more. We left that quite low because we wasn't using the rails, but now we are. Now we're using a lot of rails. This is our mining train. That's going to work because we already set the mining thing up. Boom, here we go. Mining comes down here. But this is actually set to the wrong thing. I need to change this. Exclude item crates. There we go. So if you're empty, you'll come back up here. If you're empty and you are tagged with the previous 4 stops. So farming, forestry should be, forestry, farming, magic, and artistry. You'll go back that way because it's quicker to get over there going this way than it is to go all the way down there and around that way. This one will be the same, just with mining. So it will be mining, forestry, farming, artistry. Notice some rails there. Makes sense because that's where I was getting the centre. I kind of have to do that here, but I'm going to do it with the grid instead because I should have done that with the grid first time. So I'm just going to grab a block, and this is centre. Zoom, zoom. Keep the mouse in the same place. This is centre here. I'll just put down a belt. That tells me where the rail that goes up would be. So therefore, our rail that comes down to join this system should be here. That. There we 1, 2, 3. That's where the rail would be. So we do turn here, but I can't do a turn here. There's a tree in the way. How dare you, tree? There we go. Bump like that. Boom. Grab a saucer. Doop, doop. You are going to be filtered to exclude item crates. So if there's any item crates, do that. Then you are going to be tagged with, come out of there, mining. So, mining, forestry, farming, artistry. I always feel like I spell artistry wrong. Art is try. Yes, artist try. So that works there, and then this is going to be the whatever this one is. Interesting enough, that should technically be processing. That should be that one. Because that is for the next one along. That's industry. This is processing. This is in the wrong way. This should be here somewhere. Then I shouldn't have this here. This is wrong. This shouldn't be here. We should only have one on this line, which should be that one there for the central one. And then this stage, this stop, this stop. No, this one would have 2 here. There'd be 2 on each line. Sorry, there'd be 2 on each line. That's how it should be. Okay, so we're actually going to bring this to a close here, but I'm going to do it a bit differently. I actually recorded this episode as an hour and didn't realise. I saw when I was about 50 minutes of recording. I didn't realise it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one here and leave it at half an hour. And then we're going to have a part 2 of this episode, which should be out, if you're watching the episode in real time, about now. Half an hour after that. So midday for the first part, 12:30 for the second part. So, and I feel that's going to work a little bit better because then there's still half an hour episodes. People can still watch them in segments, but you know, there's a lot of talking and things going on in this one. So I'll just make it a part 1 and part 2. So thank you very much for watching this one. I hope to see you again in the next one. So then, as always, have fun.